Welcome back. Very special video for you all today. This is going to be the first installment in my summer free agency breakdown. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, series. I know I'm definitely going to talk about the Lakers because we're getting into it today, obviously. Yeah. And then the next one I'm going to talk about is my other favorite team, the Miami Heat. They're my favorite franchise. The Lakers right now, my favorite team. I've said that before. You know what I'm saying. So definitely going to go through those two, and then I might talk about the Chicago Bulls because they've been making a lot of moves. The Spurs, the Knicks, maybe. I don't know. Comment down below what other franchises you think I should take a look at or do a deeper dive in, and what their moves and what they've been doing in free agency. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it because we got some big moves that we done did. All right, let's go. First off, the obvious big move that my Lakers have done. We finally got another star, a dependable star who's not going to get hurt, who's not going to fall and tweak his ankle every other game. We got Russell freaking Westbrook, Mr. Triple-Double himself. I don't care what nobody says. Oh, he's getting old. Oh, spacing, whatever. No, good basketball is good basketball. What, you're not going to take a fantastic basketball player just because he's older? He's top 5 point guard in the league for sure, like definitely for sure. And people are like, oh, he didn't make an all-star game last year. It's like, well, yeah, he was traded. Most people don't make the all-star game when they're traded in the middle of the season. Oh, he wasn't this, he wasn't that. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. He averaged triple-double again. When you add 22, 11, and 11 to any team, that's definitely gonna make it better, and that's definitely an upgrade from what we had at the shooting or point guard position last year for sure. That's kind of how you have to look at it. Like, it's an upgrade from last year. It's not like it's not like we just won the championship and then they're doing all this stuff, changing the roster. We won the championship, we were good, but we were also the 7th seed in the West last year and got kicked out in the first round. Like, we're not making changes to a team that was already good. We're making changes to a team that needs to have changes made to it. No, he's getting paid a lot, and everybody's freaking out about this salary. But look how much Chris Paul is getting paid, and he's never been to the finals. And like how much or until last season, he's never been to the finals, and he's never won a championship. Like, Russ hasn't either, and Russ has made it to the finals before and had deeper playoff runs. Like Russell Westbrook, Mr. Triple-Double, we had to give up some pieces. We did do a trade for this. So to get Westbrook, we traded Montrezl Harrell, Kuzma, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and I think second rounder. It was good for both sides. You know, I like Montrezl Harrell. I like to pick up when we picked him up last season, coming over from the Clippers. Washington and Kuzma. Finally, I like Kuzma. I think we made the right decision earlier, like way back when we traded everybody except Kuzma, because he showed like the most flashes, and I want Kuzma to do well. It's just he either plays like he's supposed to play and shows flashes of like how good he can be, or he's terrible and forgets how to dribble, or it's like too much in between. And I think that's partly because of his rotation, and he mentioned like being uncertain and everything in his role, and like his minutes would change and stuff. But I know uncertainty like in a rotation sucks, but to be productive on that Laker team, like that's what you have to do. Like, it's a championship team. You got to figure out your niche. You just got to figure it out. That's part of being professional. So I wish it would have worked out, but I'm excited about Russ. I know those other guys are gonna have great careers. Maybe they'll come back to us later, but I'm really excited about this trade. And also to other guys we lost, which really these affect me deeply. Alex Caruso and Andre Drummond. And then Alex Caruso, shout out my guy, Bald Eagle. You gotta go fly, take off, man. From the G League to 12th man, to cracking the rotation, to bench player, to starting, to helping win a championship, all of that. He's had a legendary career, Laker legend for sure. Nobody else came from the G League and then won a championship like Caruso did. I know Quinn Cook, G League and everything, but like, come on now. Like, that's a real like story right there. Getting a bag in Chicago. Like, I know why Like LA couldn't offer him that type of money because we got other stuff going on, but like good for him. I'm gonna miss those two guys. I feel like those two guys were key in our rotation. Like, and now we're gonna talk about some additions we've made. We've talked about all the people we've lost. We've lost KCP, Kuzma, Caruso, Drummond, Harrell. We lost 5 or 6 guys, but who do we add? Well, we got the band back together. We did a reunion tour. We're going reunion championship tour. That's what the Lakers decided to do. So we picked up Wayne Ellington again. I know Wayne Ellington, he only played for the Lakers for like half a season or a full season. I think it was a full season. And then I watched him when he played in Miami, because that's when I watched a lot of Miami games that year. And I liked how he was like consistent shooter, everything like that, microwave. Like, he doesn't have to play a lot of minutes or get up a lot of shots in game to be consistent. So I think that's a great pickup. We're bringing back my guy D12 for his 3rd time as a Laker. So this is an unofficial stat, and I'm not sure if it's right or not, but I think this is the most times a player has signed with the like played for the Lakers, left, came back. I think this is the most times. Probably not. I don't know. Do your research. Let me know down below if I'm right about that. But this is his 3rd time as a Laker, with Kobe won a championship, and then now he's saying he wants his parade for a championship. I'm glad he came back. I think he got the vet min, but good for him, because last year he really kind of resurged his career, like resurrected it. Winning that championship, being a really key piece. Frank Vogel really knows how to use him. And then going to get some money in Philadelphia, get paid, big man, and then now coming back on that min, win another championship. That was a smart move. I'm glad we picked him up. Trevor Ariza. So he played at the end of 2008 to the end of 2009 with the Lakers. He's been a key piece on a few successful teams since then. He played a big role in Houston, in Miami, in Portland. All those teams, he was a key like defensive piece for them, and he's also another shooter. So even though everyone's talking about space and everything, we are picking up shooters. And I just love to see these guys coming back, because I was a fan of these guys at different points in their careers, and now to see them all back for a team that I'm actually a fan of is like so dope. Other guy we added that I'm a really big fan of, and I really liked to pick up when he was down in Miami, Kendrick Nunn. This is so like clutch. We were able to get him on a minimum deal. He probably could have got some more money somewhere else for sure. But I think this is a big pickup. This one and the next one I'm going to talk about, I think, are huge pickups for the Lakers. 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. I think this is a solid pickup. The Lakers last year, if you watch the playoffs, if you watched when Anthony Davis and LeBron were in and out and were getting hurt, what we needed was, like, even when LeBron was in, but like not playing as many minutes or not playing as well as he was, and Anthony Davis was all the way out, what we needed was other people to be able to score, to play make and everything. And Kendrick Nunn is obviously able to score. I think he'll be a perfect like bench point guard for us. I think one of the most underrated signings we've got is Malik Monk on a minimum contract. I don't know what people do not understand about this signing. They're like, oh, it's just Malik Monk. He's not going to win him a championship. He's not coming to win a championship. He's not coming to be the 3rd star. He's coming to be Malik Monk. Like, what? He was drafted 11th overall. He was a lottery pick. We just picked up a lottery pick for a minimum deal. He decided to come play for a team in hopes to add in something to win a championship for a minimum deal. He was a lottery, like, I don't know what people don't understand about that. People are acting like we're signing a bunch of bums. These players are not bums. Like, stop. Like, I don't know what y'all getting. This is why I'm doing this video. Like, come on now. He was drafted 11th overall last year. He averaged 11, 2 and 2 off the bench. He was kind of a key rotation piece for Charlotte. I know Charlotte, trust me. I know I'm in North Carolina. Emphasis on those numbers. I like 11 off the bench, like being able to score some points. I think he'll be a good bench scorer for us. Obviously, seen some highlights, pretty good on defense, got some length, got some athleticism stuff. So I think that'll be a key rotation piece for us, especially if we have problems, if like Melo gets hurt or LeBron gets hurt or anything like that. I think he'll primarily be on the bench for sure, or he could start at that 2-guard spot, but I think he'll be on the bench and we'll start another one of the shooters at the shooting guard spot, and then he'll be like our bench scorer, him and Kendrick Nunn will kind of be our like on the bench mob. So I think it's a solid pickup for sure. Everybody's just hating. I feel like half these people talking about basketball right now don't know what they're talking about, because if you look at these stats from these guys or just watch them play, you can see it's like, oh duh, they obviously got better. Like, you can't tell me just the people I talked about now, the Lakers have improved with every single pickup, and we haven't even got to what I'm about to talk about. So let's get into that. So all I see is spacing. Oh, what are they gonna do? They got Russ, they got Bron, they got AD. What is spacing? Well, first off, my answer to that would be Bron is shooting more threes. I'm not saying he's a three-point specialist by no means, for sure. He's shot 36% last season from three. He is stepping his game out a little bit more. He's not in the post as much as he was. Anthony Davis is a stretch big. Like, I wish Anthony Davis would drive. I wish he would play in the paint as much as people like to give him credit for playing in the paint. I know he posts up frequently, but if you watch his post-ups, he's fading away or backing out and stepping up. Like, yeah, he drives sometimes. A few times he'll go to the rim, but a lot of times it's fadeaways, it's kickouts, it's threes. Like, he's not playing in the paint like a traditional big man is. So I think if spacing was good with LeBron and Anthony Davis, spacing in general will be a problem for them. I think shooting is the real issue if you just put these three together. And shooting was a problem for the Lakers last year, obviously. But let's go through these shooters that they just picked up. Last year, they shot as a team 35%, which it's not that good. They were 21st in the league in three-point percentage, and LeBron was the third best three-point shooter on the team with 36%. KCP and Marc Gasol led the team with 41% from three, which 41% is decent, but I don't know if you want Marc Gasol leading your team in three-point percentage. I know KCP is a shooter, but you at least want two or three guys to be like at 40 or above to really get your team over that mark. And 4 out of the 6 signings we just picked up shot that or better last season. Just like wrap your head around that. 4 of the 6 shoot better than the leaders did last year, and then the other 2, Ariza and Nunn, they both shoot 35-36%. So they shoot as well as LeBron does from three, statistically speaking. Very much improved our shooting this year, and like I've mentioned a couple times before, what is Vogel's best way of coaching the team? If they have athletic bigs that run and shooting, well, we still have AD, we got Dwight back, and we just picked up 6 people who shoot. Other potential targets we could end up signing, we only have a few more. I think a couple more men spots. I hope we bring back Jared Dudley just for the culture. Got to bring Dud back for another ring. And then I was thinking about Marcus Morris, but as I'm shooting this video now, he's already signed with the Miami Heat, so we kind of lost out on him. Yeah, so I think that's the only only 2 options we really have to bring back is Dudley and maybe another center at depth, or we can start playing Kostas more. That's an option too. And then I was looking through the age, how much older the Lakers are than other teams. So the Clippers and Heat, their average age is 28 years old. But I'm not saying that's old, but that's on the older side of like the scale. The Bucks just won the championship, 27 and a half. So 27, 28 years old. The Jazz, contender, 28 and a half. The Nets, who everybody thought was going to win the championship, including me, I still think when they're healthy, they're going to breeze through the East. I still think that's going to be, maybe not now with Chicago, but that's another video. The Nets, 29, average age, 29. And then as of right now, with all the signings I've talked about, everything, the Lakers' average age is 31. So yeah, a little bit older than the Nets, but you can see all the teams I've mentioned are contender teams and are in the playoffs and tend to make deep runs. I know Miami had a collapse, whatever. I don't want to hear it. Okay, bad season for both my teams, or bad playoffs for both my teams, whatever. But all of these were contending teams and still are. And coming back this next year, all these teams are contenders and have a shot to win the championship. And the 2020 Lakers, where average age was 27 years old, They were older too. I remember when they won. They're like a whole bunch of old guys. They did the same thing they're doing now. All these sports analysts, and most of the guys who made an impact were the vets. The question that y'all have been waiting for, the reason you watched this whole video: what are our title chances? What's going on, everybody? I'm editing this video right now and just realized my camera cut off for the last like 2-3 minutes, so I don't have an outro, and I didn't really wrap up my thoughts. My final predictions, I didn't really say this yet in the video. Lakers gonna be 3rd, 4th seed, make a deep playoff run. I think championship, obviously what I've been saying this whole video. But thank you so much if you watched this whole video. I'm editing it now, and this is a longer one, I know, but I wanted to really get into the details and really get a lot of information into the video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast making this one video to talk about my favorite team and making some big moves. If you liked the video, you already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Turn on your notifications because I got some really good videos coming up soon. And until next time, peace.